Welcome into Weather Impact Live on a Wednesday. We are just galloping through the week here, guys.
I'm ready.
Ready?
It's my last day of the work week, actually. I've got to travel to Ocala Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Speaking of horse country.
Lots of horses there, yeah.
Did we tie that in on purpose? Before the stream, we were talking about horses and athletes and et cetera. But not horse related. My trip is swim meet related. So we got a swim meet in Ocala here for the next couple of days. So
a true sport compared to those equestrian riders, as you would say, Lewis.
Oh my gosh. Now Lee's gonna get so mad.
I am.
All her horseback riding buddies are coming after you, man. I already did this the other day. We can't do it again. She's gonna get mad.
I'm not gonna get mad. I'm just saying I don't like horses, so I don't have a.
Oh, now you're gonna make your people mad.
But I know that people who ride horses are true athletes.
I agree.
It takes a lot of talent, and a lot of muscle, and you can't just like push them off to the side and say they don't deserve something.
Totally
too in horse
agree.
races.
But the horse has to get a medal. In the Olympics, and this does make no sense if this is the first time you've been streaming with us ever. But I'm Lewis. I work here at First Coast News with Ross and with Lee, and we're going to dive into the weather and the wonderful world of local weather around Jacksonville, Florida, here over the next 7 days, and kind of and break that down for you. So, what are we leading off with, Ross?
A live look out at Mayport, I believe. This is the nicest look that Mayport, I feel like, has seen, at least for the afternoon, all week. You actually have blue skies and sunshine out there, and really the sea fog is somewhat non-existent on the eastern horizon, at least right now.
Yeah.
So a little bit more sunshine, a little warmer. You got 67 in Mayport, and the further inland you go, the warmer you get. We got 76 at the airport in Jacksonville, and then west of there, low 80s today.
So the mornings, morning fog. We've been dealing with that. Lee, why don't you share your anecdote from your experience in the morning fog, specifically dealing with Mayport?
Did you pull that up to trigger me? Because I'm still not done with. Wait, Ross, did you hear my experience from this morning?
I did. Yes.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. So, as we all know, the Dames Point Bridge was shut down this morning. I think there was an accident. Fog related? I don't know. Do you guys know if it was fog related?
I don't know.
I didn't know there was an accident until I came in and you told me.
Yeah. So and then she also got on to me because it was a push alert. So get your First Coast News push alert sent to you. That's step one. I got it. I just it was one of those. I just quickly scrolled it over.
No, I got to give a big shout out to Crystal Moyer because I actually was kind of scrolling Facebook quickly as I was walking out the door and saw her Facebook post that said, Dames Point still shut down, backed up 2 hours. And I said, I'm trying to go over the Dames Point.
It could have been fog related. I would imagine.
She shared that it was still very foggy. She shared a camera of it, super fogged, like socked in. So I'm sure visibility was bad. Accidents happen.
Yeah.
So then everyone who's trying to go north, rerouted through downtown, saw traffic backing up on the Matthews, said, I have been stuck on the Matthews for an hour. So I decided I would take the ferry because I was trying to get to Nassau County for a school talk. Mm-hmm. Well, everyone else decided to take the ferry. And I will say, by the time I got on the ferry, which was probably like 10:30 a.m., and I pulled up an hour and a half before that, the fog was burning off. I actually noticed that as we were going across. It's like, oh, it's actually pretty pleasant out here now. Obviously, when I was first arriving early in the morning, there's a good bit of fog, and I was afraid that was delaying the ferry too. But shout out to those people who work on the St. Johns River Ferry. Despite the fog, they were booking that ferry back and forth as fast as possible. And I know that it's up to the captains of the ferry to decide if they want to go in fog or not. Mm-hmm. Each captain gets to decide on their own if they're going to do that. There's no actual set of standards that they follow. But this captain said, we got to get the people to Heckscher Drive and then back. So
got to move the people. We got to line. That's great. Well, and so as you were riding across the river, no fog issues?
No fog issues. But again, it was later at that point. I'm sure if I went on the ferry I wanted to get on, there would have been fog. But an hour and a half later, it was burning off by around 10:30.
Could have cut through some of that fog if you had a good horse. Trusted steed.
Ford the river.
Just saying.
Caulk the wagons, ford the river. And your trusted athlete.
Ford the river with the wagons.
Yeah.
Like Oregon Trail it?
Yeah. Like the name of our town. Jacksonville used to be Calford. It's quite literally where we would ford
Is that where Calford's Chop House comes from?
100%.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The former name of Jacksonville was Calford, and this was the narrowest point of the St. Johns River.
Oh, so it was the best spot
spot to caulk the wagons and ford the river with your cattle.
I love that.
Sending them south to slaughter. Yeah, there you go. So we're fording on. So we showed the temperatures. Here's a little visible imagery. Hey, this is a lot better look, at least for our beaches, than what we have been seeing these last couple of days. We've had that wedge of fog from Glenn County through Nassau, Camden, Nassau, and down to Duval and St. John's even. So, a lot better. Kind of the easterly winds almost clearing things out with the sunshine. And now it's a little batch of showers we've all kind of been watching here for the last hour and a half, 2 hours, just inching its way at a mule's pace, not a horse's pace.
A trot, not a gallop.
Towards, do you know where it's heading?
Cumberland Island.
Home of wild horses. Wild horses couldn't drag me away.
I really don't like horses. I should leave the stream. This is all about
I feel like we should preface, we have not really planned any of these like
but it's a theme. And I bet it'll come up again.
Somehow, I'm sure it will.
Somehow, I bet it'll come up again. Wild horses could not tear me away from yet another weather impact alert. And we're going with it again through the evening. Doesn't look as bad as right now, but modeling is kind of backing up the thought process of another night where we get it thickening up. By about 8 o'clock, you see there some areas with a half mile or less, and then some with full-blown fine visibility. So maybe you get down towards Keystone, Palatka, and it's not that big of a deal, but really focusing on that 95 corridor and of course around 295 and then out towards the Dames Point, where you're riding up a higher elevation, so it could have other issues.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind out at the bus stop again tomorrow. Those kiddos riding their bikes to school. I know, Lou, you said today you didn't let your son ride his bike.
No, I dropped him off today.
Fog was a bit much.
It was.
Tomorrow, I think there's going to be spots that the fog will be too much, but maybe inland locations don't have nearly as dense a fog as what we saw today. I know you were just distracted by the large thunk
Did you hear
that
that?
we heard on the roof.
I thought you hit your head for a second.
Could they hear that on the stream? I wonder, somebody is walking above us or doing some good field work. Thursday, back up to the 80s, so another warm afternoon. I think some of that warmth, while definitely still a little cooler at the beach, we're starting to trend a little warmer, maybe more southeast as opposed to just due east or northeast. To get those southeast winds could help us warm up a little bit at the beach. Could help us with our fog, situation by Friday, Saturday too.
Oh, and Lee, I want to ask you, when you were at school in Gainesville years ago, is this the time of year
many years?
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Decades ago.
That's why I said years ago. Oh, is this the time of the year that like the kids loved that, like all of a sudden you just warmed up? It's like early March. You got a day in the mid 80s, like.
Oh yeah, well I mean, and you would get your random one too, in like January there's one, February there's maybe two, and everyone would, of course, by this time though, yes, you're starting to have all of your like after class like front lawn parties. Everyone's doing everything outside. You sit out on the patios.
Oh, a garden party.
A nice classy garden party, very classy, very tame in Gainesville. Yes.
Pinkies up, Lou. Pinkies up when
you're
you're
Chardonnay sippers in Gainesville, like up in Charlottesville, they do that garden party in Hogtown. But something about garden party in Hogtown just doesn't fit.
Yeah,
that doesn't jive. I feel like there were some bush lights, but we won't get into that.
I will say though, this was the time that everyone was outside because it gets humid very quickly, obviously, and it turns around really fast there. So we took our spring breaks though at the end of February.
Wow.
I was thinking about that recently, where like every year at UF, I started spring break around like February 26th or 7th.
Last week of February, first week of March. And it
was always very warm by that point, for the most part.
It kind of why we've been mentioning, beach forecast and spring breakers maybe coming in from other parts of the country. But I mean, hey, right here in the state, and we're really getting into spring break SCN these next couple of, even St. Johns County. I'll be gone because my kids are on spring break, so celebrate with them accordingly. Lee, we were talking yesterday during the stream. It was Ross and Robert and I, and those two were completely dumbfounded when I mentioned high school spring break. Like it's
dumbfounded? What?
Foreign concept to them. Yeah,
you guys didn't have spring break?
No, we never had a spring break. We weren't that weak.
Yeah, because
wait, but you guys had like the winter break, or like you guys had like a February break or something?
No, we had 2 weeks off for Christmas and New Year's and stuff, and then we went straight through until
summer.
What?
Yeah. Well, Easter break. You would have an Easter break. Nothing. Well, Robert had mentioned having an extended Easter break.
No.
Wow.
No Easter break or anything.
You guys are tough, built different. We got
nerds.
No, they would put in like Act 80 days is what they called them, and my town, like you'd have a friend on Friday off, so they would implement those. But
sprinkle them
I would
around.
much
Like I
rather
said,
have a whole week off to travel and do something fun.
we were dealing with a lot of snow up there in the north, so you can't afford to take a whole week off when you have 5 snow days.
Made a good point too. It's like, if you're stuck up there, you're not necessarily like spring breaks down here. Okay, well, you just have a great time in your own town, because temperatures are warming up. But I mean, if you're trying to, not every family is able to drop a ton of money on a week, trip, and so you have a week off and it's 30 degrees every day. I mean, what you doing?
Yeah,
might as well be studying. Might as well, keep sports practice going and keep on studying. So anyway, I thought that was interesting.
I had no idea. I just thought, I thought spring break was like a
ubiquitous.
So did you know that going into college you would get a spring break then?
Yes.
Okay, so you're just kind of thinking like dreaming of like, oh, in college we get a week break kind of deal. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So
should we take a break here?
Yeah. Oh gosh,
we
a little spring break.
Blew past our break time of 4:40, and for that I apologize. So I'm going to make it up to you with these messages.
Welcome you back in here. We've got kind of isolated rain chances the next couple of days. Friday, probably the best of which that we will have seen here all week.
Yeah.
But maybe not so much for Jacksonville. Looks like those isolated to scattered showers probably going to be a little bit further west on Friday.
You think we start getting a little interaction with Gulf?
A little Gulf Coast breeze?
Gulf breeze with all these easterlies we've been getting and that kind of that match made in heaven that we generally will see a lot of in June, July, August. They're getting to meet up again. It's like a long-distance relationship. They haven't seen each other in so long, so now it's time for the Gulf breeze and the Atlantic breeze to meet in the middle and throw some sparks for Lake City.
Make some magic.
Make a little magic. Do we think? All right. So what do we think of lightning probability and thunderstorm?
I think it's certainly possible. I don't think we're getting severe weather, but I certainly wouldn't be surprised if we get 1 or 2 isolated rumbles of thunder. 30 or 40 mile per hour wind gusts certainly can't be ruled out of the question. What about you, Lou or Lee?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
This is tough working with Lou and Lee. Oh my gosh, one letter off.
Your autocorrect is going to put you calling
tough.
me Lee here before long.
It is. Yeah, it hates Lou. It likes Lee.
Lou is.
I love accidentally talking to myself in the group chat.
That's what happens. So highlighting here kind of where we think best chance of seeing those showers. We're talking I-75 and really west of Jacks, though beaches can't rule out a shower any day here over the next 7 days. Still could see a pop-up quickly at the beach. And so we go up to Amelia Island, the Concours d'Elegance. What's your dream car? Do you have a dream car? Are you a Ferrari guy, a Porsche guy, a Jaguar?
I feel like with all the F1, like you gotta have like at least.
What team are you? Mercedes?
Well, I'm a Lewis Hamilton guy.
Okay.
I like, yeah. So
So you followed him? Or-
yeah. So Ferrari's like my go-to team.
Sure.
I like Mercedes. I also like McLaren. I don't like Red Bull.
Okay.
Not an Aston Martin guy. I'll cheer for like Cadillac though. They're the new team.
Yeah. Cadillac as a team?
Yeah, GM owned. Like,
No kidding. Okay.
sure.
Everyone's really excited about that
A little
one.
American made.
But
Yeah, exactly.
I'm more of probably like I have a dream truck
Okay.
rather than a
Which is?
just
Chevy. It's got to be
yeah,
Chevy.
it's a Chevy.
No, it's a Chevy.
Yeah.
He wants a big old Chevy. Lee, do you have anything you want in the garage that you might see at the Concours? Like one of those?
Not
2-3
there.
million
I mean, my dream car is a Mercedes G wagon.
Oh, the
Oh.
G-Wagon.
Mm,
There'll be they
love
have those there. I mean, you'll see the G-Wagon
Okay.
out there. Usually, it'll probably be like a G-Wagon that was owned by Pitbull or somebody famous. So now it's going to go up for auction for $4 million. It's not like it's that much more marked up though.
Yeah, see, I can't afford
aren't
it
cheap.
either way. So
Yeah, G-Wagon is when I see those, I'm like, all right, you made it,
Oh,
boss.
they're so beautiful. I love
I'm a
them.
big
They're very nice.
Corvette guy,
Corvettes are
but because also again Chevy like
Chevy, yep, American.
What about you, Lou?
Okay, so I'm going off the American side.
I expected that from you.
And it's I love Jaguars and
Oh.
an X Type. I got to drive one a long time ago on a circuit track and had the time of my life. And so that might be the one I would like maybe one day when I'm like 70, little older gentleman. Finally, maybe that would be the piece that sits in the
That you
garage, and
had.
I just kind of wipe down with a chamois cloth a couple times a week.
So do you think you would go faster on the circuit track with the Jaguar than you would for the Gate River Run on Saturday? Do you think?
100%.
Really?
Yeah, that would be. Ross and I were talking a second ago, Lee, about like how I would approach, or how some folks have approached the Gate River Run, and let's go do it. Maybe we'll walk a little bit, and that would be me.
Did you see the guy who like invented the run walk run?
No.
Oh yeah, he like just passed away. I
Okay.
Oh,
think he was like 80 years old.
You're talking about Jeff Galloway, the guy that helped out with the Donna?
I think
That
so.
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
of him. I didn't know it was the run, walk, run.
Yeah, I think he was the guy who like came up with like the run walk run.
That method of
Yeah.
marathon.
Yeah.
That would be me. It would be a mile of run. I could do that.
And that makes it more enjoyable, I think.
Yeah.
So you're not just like
A little
killing
stroll.
yourself running the whole time.
And you've done it.
I have, yeah.
Have you done it, Lee? Have you done the gate?
nope.
No. Okay.
No, I do not run. But how awful was it going up? They call it the Green Monster? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Heart Bridge. I was like that was my favorite part actually.
Really?
I put on like
Beautiful views and you
my
got-
my favorite like pump up song kind of. And I got to I was at the bottom of the bridge and I was like, okay, I'm putting on my favorite song. I'm sprinting to the top as best I can. And I made it I think like halfway, 2/3 of the way before I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm cramping up.
Yeah.
I walked the rest of the way to the top. But yeah, then you feel like you like got to the top of the mountain, great views like you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many are you like wall to wall, shoulder to shoulder with people going up the bridge, or is it spread out by that?
No,
point
no.
to where-
You're only kind of like shoulder to shoulder with people, maybe down Bay Street.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get toward like the Main Street Bridge, it's starting to thin out because
Yeah.
some people will have already started to slow down and walk. Others are still running, and of course they have it set up that you go in waves, so it's not just like it's a mass of people.
What was your weather? I mean, did you have 75 degrees by the time you're going up the bridge? Or?
No, so it was a little chillier last year in the morning. I remember I had like a long sleeve shirt to start, so I think we were in like the upper 40s or lower 50s.
Oh, nice.
Like it was cool at the start of the race, and then by the time we got over to like San Marco, sun was out, it was starting to warm up. You're working up a little bit of a sweat. So, and I know like Tim Deegan used to say this, like this is not ideal running
No.
weather for most people. Like you want it to be cooler
Yeah.
than the 60s. This is great if you're just a fan or
Yeah,
a
you're
supporter out there.
Supporting, throwing, slinging shots, whatever it is that happens on the streets. But yeah, warm, hydrate. Now's the time to go ahead and start that process if you're going to be running on Saturday. Best of luck to you. All right, let's take another quick timeout. We've got the weekend outlook ahead for you right after this short break. Stay there.
did. Welcome back in, folks.
I love that look, by the way.
Yeah,
love that Weather Impact Live graphic.
That's fresh.
Get me in the vibes. I want to go to the beach.
You got spring break coming up.
Right. Yep. A little tropical feel in there. We did mention, out-of-staters coming in, be super careful at our beaches. We got the rip current risk is up. Bigger surf with those east winds, long period swells. So that typically will lead to rip current risk. So just hiding where it's cold in the water anyway.
So that's how we know they're not from here if they're swimming, because it's way too cold for us locals.
If you're not one of our wetsuited up surfers out there, and otherwise it's probably an out-of-towner. And God love you. Enjoy the heck out of it. But it will be chilly in that water. Unless you're coming from Michigan. And you've like seen a frozen over Lake Michigan.
Yeah, they've done polar plunges for the last 3 months.
Yeah, this will be nothing. You enjoy the heck out of it. But our weekend, we're pushing record highs as we get to Sunday and into Monday as well. So we'll be very, very close to that record heat. Warming up, kind of diving straight into spring.
And with the humidity, even a little like steamy out there.
Yeah.
This has been interesting to watch. The severe outlook, and I'm telling you, they're putting, day 7.
Yeah, I don't have the day 7 on here, but that's like last week we were talking about that big wedge down across like the West Coast essentially.
Yes.
That is for that.
That's unreal.
And I'm like, that's kind of impressive that you were able to see that 10 days out. And
it's pretty rare though. The SPC puts out like a day 7 sort of outlook. I was kind of looking at some stats for that. It's been it's been almost a year since they've done that. Last April, I guess, is when. And so now we're even seeing enhanced, threats from Oklahoma, Kansas, and into parts of Missouri. So, and I don't know if y'all, I'm sure you do, but following like some of the storm chasers on social media, like all of them kind of getting lined up.
Yeah.
Ready to.
Yes, they are.
So. Yep, thoughts with them, and it's we need a good front to come through. We don't want anything like that. Doesn't look like it will either. But we'll watch a slow moving front. But we got to think about players. I know that's kind of in the long range and the long distance, but we kind of a lot to get ready for when it comes to forecasting for the players.
Yeah, well, I was just kind of showing there, like most of the rain with that all stand off to our west, to our northwest. So bringing it to Texarkana and the Arklatex and Mississippi River Valley. For us, just kind of those spotty showers, so not a whole lot. I believe this is up to date as of yesterday, so we'll wait for today's numbers to come in, but we haven't received any rainfall in March yet. Again, we're only today 4, but now over that 14-inch mark, below average since September 1st. So
tell that didn't receive any rain to Mike Prangley, who went to the Toto concert Monday night. You had to work Tuesday morning for him?
I did.
He got rained on?
He got rained on.
With those showers coming on
the little coastal, that 10%, that was for him.
He got hit right at those little showers coming on shore.
Wow.
Kind of Michelers and South Ponte Vedra, Villano. And
was that at the amphitheater?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and so you're covered, but he's like everybody in his party was looking at him like, why didn't you tell us?
He's just a lucky guy.
But how was the morning show, Lee?